over in the US. It was David Benavidez against Demetrius Andrade, or Andrade, however you want to say it. Alex, give us your verdict on that one, please.
This was Demetrius Andrade's first real big fight. Some people will say first real quote unquote champion. He's been clamoring for years to get the Canelo shot. Third weight class. Quote unquote chasing. And man, I was expecting him to lay it all on the line, to try to give his best performance and to do everything he can to get what he feels is well deserved. Going against David Benavidez, this was seen as like a monster versus monster, boogeyman versus boogeyman, or really the Mexican monster, right? And man, you got to give it to Andre in that beginning. I expected him to start off well, and that's exactly what he did. He was trying to show that he's strong. Trying to push the Mexican monster back, laying out combinations, flowing so well. Looked like he, just was trying to show that he was comfortable enough. Take the fight to the bully. And it was looking good those first couple rounds. Benavidez was staying patient, had his back on the ropes, never looked like he panicked. And man, about the third round, I noticed about the last minute or so, just the energy of Andre just seemed to just went too low, and he just couldn't get it back, and it just turned to the David Benavidez show. Just too strong, too big, and just too good at this 168-pound division. It was definitely a showcase fight. In that back end of went 6 rounds. So those last 3 rounds, he just really put it on Andrade, hit him with a monster right shot, right hand. I don't know how Andrade got up. I guess thankfully that the bell rang. It stinks because he tried even after getting blasted, but he knew he just couldn't deal with it anymore. Toes his corner, stop it. It's you don't want to see a fighter really go out like that, but it's easier said than done to keep going out there. That last round was a really bad whooping. I think it was like 36 lands to single digits. So Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. Is there another fight to make? Absolutely. Listen, Team Canelo Alvarez, Eddie Reynoso, PBC, Al Heyman, anybody that's affiliated with making the fights, just stop it. There's no other fight. We don't care to see Jaime Munguia. We don't care to see Jamal Charlo versus Canelo. There's one fight. I don't care if there's 3 fights, 35 fights on the fight contract. There's nothing else. If you look at, David Benavidez, he needs to fight this guy, or he needs to do this. Okay, let's compare another fighter that wants to fight Canelo. Jaime Munguia. What pay-per-views that he's done? What multi-million-dollar gates has he done? If you want to talk money, right? He hasn't done any, right? Who has Jaime Munguia beat that's better than David Benavidez's opponents? He just beat Andrade and Plant back to back. Plant was fought Canelo for undisputed, did 800,000 going back to business, and that's what everyone always wants to talk about. 800,000 pay-per-views, right? Demetrius Andrade was an undefeated multi-division champion who, like I said before, was chasing Canelo. So people said Canelo was ducking him. Benavidez just got him out of there at 6 and made him quit on his stool. Something no one has been able to do. No one even wanted to take the challenge of Andrade. Whatever you might say. Horrible fighter. Well, if he was so horrible, why didn't Canelo go out there and do what Benavidez did? So Canelo versus David Benavidez. Give it to us May 2024. Don't care to see anything else when it comes to Canelo Alvarez. The Mexican monster. Do I think he's a monster? No. But you keep not fighting him, that monster moniker is going to be engraved whenever you see David Benavidez. All right, that's all I got to say. Sorry.
That's all right. Josh, your goal. What do you make of this fight? And then obviously a future fight with Canelo. Tell us how you think that goes.
Yeah, I honestly agree with everything that Alex just stated there. As far as how the fight went, and then what we may have entailed next. Sometimes I do feel that Demetrius Andrade, he got a bad rep. You know, there are a lot of fans out there that don't like him, but I always found him to be a very talented game fighter. And I think we could have seen even more of him at his peak if some of those challenges would have happened, like him against the Charlos. Those were always sort of rumored to be out there, things of that nature. Maybe him against Danny Jacobs at some point. That would have been a good one as well, but we never got to see any of those. So kudos to him for stepping up at 168 to take on the Mexican monster, like Tyson's favorite fighter to watch right now. And hey, you have to feel the wrath there. So I'm with Alex. Canelo versus Benavidez, that's the fight to be made. That is the best fight in boxing right now, as far as I'm concerned, when you think about just what could happen from a stylistic standpoint. And hey, Canelo, of course, he's the top dog right now, so he gets to make decisions, but he could make this fight happen, and he can make it happen next if he wants it. Yeah, I'm with you, Alex. Who cares about this 3-fight deal and, oh, they want to do it at the back end or as the last fight? The time is right now. Both this worked out from a timing perspective that both have knocked out their final fight for this year, and we could have this on Cinco de Mayo, and I think it'll be huge, whether it's in Vegas or California, New York, it doesn't matter. It'll be huge wherever it is. Vegas will be the likely location, but I hope we get that fight next, because I think as far as boxing is concerned, that is probably the top matchup, at least right now, that sits atop the throne as the best fights in boxing. And there's no better build-up than what David Benavidez was able to do by going in there and dispatching of Demetrius Andrade in the way that he did. So let's go, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. I think it has to be, doesn't it, the best matchup possible at the moment in the sport. I won't get any predictions for that just yet from you both until it actually gets announced, and we'll talk about that in future, no doubt.